Hello and welcome to Education at SSBJ online video tutorials. We were in chapter Materials, Metals and Non-Metals of class 8th CBSE, and in that we have already studied few of the chemical properties, right? Chemical properties, physical properties long back we have completed. Now we have studied few of the chemical properties of metals, right? We have actually studied how the metals react with oxygen and then with water, right? So let's see, we have studied reaction of metals with oxygen as well as water, and then what is left over now is how metals react with acid as well as bases. However, before we go to understand, we shall revise quickly how the metals react with oxygen and water and then move to acid and bases, right? That will help us to connect all these properties together. So here we'll go. The first one is oxygen, and that is how metal reacts with O2. So when the metals are exposed to oxygen, right, they convert into metal oxides. And we have seen the example, iron, when combined with oxygen and water, gives rise to iron oxide. And that iron oxide is nothing but what we call rust. Another example we have seen is reaction of magnesium metal. You know, magnesium is also a metal. So it is written as Mg. Okay, so magnesium burns with a bright light. So when the magnesium burns, it is actually combining with the oxygen and gives rise to magnesium oxide. So the equation you can see here, 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. Now I said why this 2Mg, this you will understand, balancing of equation, you will understand, you will learn it in class 9th. Okay, class 9th. However, you remember this equation properly because in the exam it is good to write this equation when chemical properties are asked. So we have studied two metals, that is, first one is iron plus oxygen in presence of water gives iron oxide, which is nothing but rust, and magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide, right? And then these oxides are basic in nature. And what do you mean by basic in nature, right? When you take out the powder of these metal oxides which are formed after combining with the oxygen, or you scratch that rust over these iron and put it in water, stir it properly, and then take a drop of it and put it on red litmus paper, you will find red litmus paper turns blue. And therefore, when the red litmus paper turns blue, it means that the solution which is here is a base. And how is that base formed? The base is because of this metal oxide. Therefore, since the base is formed when the metal oxides are dissolved here, these are basic in nature. So remember this point. So metal reacts with oxygen to form basic metal oxides, right? Next we'll go for water. So when the metals are reacted with water, hydrogen gas is formed plus hydroxides of metal. And what do you mean by hydroxides of metal? Okay, we will take one example here. Let's take a sodium, and when sodium is added to water, it's bit, to be done very carefully because it gives out a lot of heat and sometimes bit of explosion that you have seen in the initial videos. So hydrogen gas and sodium hydroxide. Well, now we will take up how the metals react with acids, right? So next one is acids, reaction of metal with acids. Now for that we'll take an example first, that is, zinc. So this is zinc when added to dilute sulfuric acid. This is the formula of sulfuric acid. It is written as H2SO4. So how to pronounce it? H2SO4, right? So what actually is going on here is zinc plus H2SO4, right? So this is not water, this is the acid, and which is dilute acid. What do you mean by dilute acid? Dilute acid is that where more amount of water is there in this. So it is actual sulfuric acid plus little bit of water, right? And when you add zinc into dilute sulfuric acid, you will get again hydrogen and zinc sulfate. It's a salt, understood? Salt of zinc, right? So this equation can be now, you see, zinc plus H2SO4, right, gives H2 plus ZnSO4. So what is this ZnSO4? Zinc sulfate, right? So what is a conclusion here? When metals react with acid, they give out hydrogen gas. That is very important point as far as your class 8 is concerned. Okay. So in 10th class you will study again. So this is the base for you. Well, next property of metals is how metals react with base, right? So simple experiment is that collect a water and add some sodium hydroxide. And why sodium hydroxide? Because sodium hydroxide is base. The base which will turn red litmus to blue, right? You have studied it in class 7th, right? So substance which turns red litmus to blue is a base, and sodium hydroxide is a base. And we are studying how metals react with base. Now what we have to do is create a solution which is a base. So we are creating a solution which is a base, which will turn red litmus to blue. So how will you do that? You add, water and sodium hydroxide granules. So when you add that, you get a solution of sodium hydroxide. So this is a solution of sodium hydroxide. So this is a base. Now we have to add metal to this. So the best metal to do this experiment is aluminium, right? So take few, better if you take little bit of granules or powder of aluminium, it will react fast, and add it to this sodium hydroxide. You get a compound called sodium aluminate, right? I'm purposely not writing any of the formula which is related to this equation. This becomes a bit higher for your class. So just remember that when the metals are added to base, you find again hydrogen gas which is coming out along with another compound, right? So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is metal reacts with base to produce hydrogen gas. Now let us summarize what we have learned in this video tutorial. Under the title Chemical Properties of Metals, we have studied how the metals react with oxygen, right? And what is the conclusion? Metal reacts with oxygen, gives metal oxide, and this equation is very important, right? So remember this, in presence of water, when iron is combining with oxygen, will give iron oxide, right? In presence of water, when iron combines with oxygen, it gives iron oxide, and that is what called rust. Right. Next, what we have seen is reaction with water. When metals react with water, right, it's a water, and hydrogen gas is evolved, and then hydroxides of metal formed. So what is the conclusion? When metals react with water, they produce hydrogen gas along with hydroxides of the salt. Next, we have seen reaction with acid. Again, see similarity. Hydrogen gas is evolved and the salt is formed. So here again product is hydrogen and salt. Right? So with acid, when metals react, they give hydrogen gas and salt. And finally we have studied that when metals react with base, again they produce what? Hydrogen. It's a time to go through few of the multiple choice questions, or we can call it as exemplar questions, right? So these questions are very important and makes us to think more before we choose the right option. Straightway we will go for few questions, maybe 10 to 15 questions in this video tutorial, and rest of the questions we will take up in the next video tutorial. So first one is, which of the following material can be classified as a malleable? So this is the word, right? So what is malleable? Malleability is ability to be beaten into sheets, right? So not all metals are malleable, but iron, see, iron nail, you can beat it into a very thin sheet. Aluminium rod can be beaten into sheets, right? So this property of a metal is called malleability. So which of the following material can be classified as malleable? Sand. No, because sand is a powder, it is not a metal. Air. No. And what is written here in the C? Okay, these are the two wrong options. Metals, because they can be beaten into thin sheets. So this is the right answer. So quickly we'll go for the right answer. Option is C. Next, a student wants to make a model. She needs a hard material then that can be bent and can be made into thin sheet. Again, a question on the same property. Which material should she pick? Right? Again a metal. And which one of these is a metal in this? Chalk is not a metal, paper is not a metal, rubber is not a metal. So the answer obviously be aluminium. So option A. Third question. Which material is used to make wires to conduct electricity? Again we know that metals are good conductors of electricity. This is one of the property. This question is to test whether you know this property or not. So copper is a metal, whereas rest of these are not metal. So therefore, which material is used to make wires to conduct electricity? The answer has to be a metal only, because metals conduct electricity. So the copper is the right answer. Next one. A student. This question appears to be simple, interesting and simple also. A student is making an electric circuit to light a bulb. He needs a battery, connecting wires, switch and a bulb as shown in the figure. He used different materials to connect the battery, switch and bulb. He noted when the bulb goes on. So which material is a good conductor of the electricity? Right? So The picture is of not that much of use in this question. So this question is taken from CBSE site. Let me give you the link of these questions of all the chapters which is there in cbseacademics.com and for all the subjects. Okay, which material is a good conductor of electricity? Wool is given, copper is given, rubber is given, and plastic is given. So we don't require this picture at all to answer this question, because we know that metals are the good conductors of electricity, and out of the option here, okay, copper should be a right answer, right? So let's see what is the right answer here. So answer is B. Next one. Mehak notices that the ladle she is using to make soup is made of two materials. She observes that the handle of a ladle is cool, right? Because this is made up of wood and the upper portion is made up of metals, and we know that metals are good conductors of, in this case, of heat, whereas wood is not a good conductor of heat. Okay, therefore when you are preparing a soup with this spoon, so what happens, heat will flow into this, but it will not flow into this, so it remains cool. So tell me, two materials be classified based on the conduct of electricity. Wood and steel are good conductors of electricity. Wrong. I mean heat. Good conductors of heat. Steel and wood are bad conductors of heat. Both are wrong. Wood is good conductor of heat, but steel is not. Wrong. Steel is good conductor of heat, but wood is not. This is the right answer, right? So you have to read it properly between the words, right? This sentence would have gone here. So some typing mistake. So answer should be D. So next, a question which is on the same property of metal. A student put butter at the tip of the 4 spoons. Okay, so 4 spoons are given here. So in this picture, so some butter is pasted here, right? He put the other end of the spoon into a hot water. So hot water he is putting here, right? And he observes that spoon 1 butter did not melt, right? Spoon 2 but again butter did not melt, and spoon 3 butter melted completely here. Okay, so in this case, and spoon 4 some of the butter starts to melt. Now which spoon is made up of material that is a good conductor of heat? Very simple. Butter melted completely in spoon number 3. It is because a spoon number 3 can allow the heat to pass through easily, and that is why it's a good conductor of heat. So the answer has to be, spoon 3, and that spoon 3 is C. Okay. So we'll check the answer, that is 3. Next question, 7th question. Right, so we'll go for the 7th question now. The table lists properties of substance X. What can substance X be classified as? Okay, now look at the properties here. Can be drawn into thin sheets. Definitely it's a metal. Can be bent into different shape. Again, metal property. Can be made into wires. Again, a property of a metal. Ductility is that property by which we can convert metal into wire. Good conductor of a heat. Again, it's a property of metal. Conducts electricity but not that well. Well, all metals are not so good conductors. Few of the metals are very good conductors. Okay, so what is the right answer? Now, one by one we'll read. Metals, because metals change shape on their own. Okay,
keep that in the mind. Let's go for second. Non-metal, because non-metals can be made into wires. Wrong. Third, non-metals, because non-metals are weak conductors of electricity. No. Then metals, because metals are malleable, conductors of heat and electricity. Now compare this with A. Metal, because metals change shape on their own. No, on their own they don't change their shape. But fourth option appears to be more correct, and therefore we'll see the answer. The option is D.